Well, we want to warmly welcome one and all who are here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. It is a joy to come together. You know, as I was coming in today, there was all this fog, which is not super characteristic for this area. And as I was coming in, I thought, this is what we need as we come together with an effort to help light the world. Let me give you a little bit of background about that. About a decade ago, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints began an initiative, a Light the World initiative. And as part of that initiative, the focus being to point, obviously from a religious perspective, to Him who is the light of the world, Jesus Christ. But as part of that, the teachings of Jesus Christ relate to helping individuals, helping our neighbors. And so there was a giving machine effort that began where this year there will be about 120 of them across the world. Often they go to large cities, right? London, New York, St. Louis, Minneapolis, Chicago. This year we were fortunate enough to have one come here. So there's a little bit of a difference between New York City and Coralville. But what we're going to show them is we are small, but we are mighty. So thank you for being part of this. We have wonderful charities that we have partnered with. We're grateful to have you. I am here in my capacity as a member of this community and also as a volunteer leader in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, called a stake president in this area. Professionally, I work as a professor, but we all have the opportunity to volunteer our time in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in a way to just try to do some good, and that's why we're here today. So thank you. As part of this, you can see on here the schedule. I'm not going to get up here and bore you the whole time, so we're going to just follow this. And so we will start with a musical performance and then just go in this order with representatives of the various charities who will talk briefly about each of those charities. And then a couple musical performances. We'll end with remarks by Elder Kurt Hodges, who has come here from Idaho to be here for this event. And then after his remarks, if we could just go through those doors, we all just go through those doors over to the giving machines where we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then we'll be able to come back here for refreshments. Thank you again. We warmly welcome you.
In the midst of my confusion,
All right, so if we could have the representatives from the various charities. We'll start with Charlie Becker from Camp Courageous. Thank you, Charlie.
Good morning. Nothing like being first, right? So we kind of set the pace as far as whether or not this is going to go good or bad. Music, incredible. And, I came into this, I knew what this place looked like a few years ago, and holy smokes, wow, what a transformation, absolutely gorgeous. And for a person that can't even put together a 2-foot tree, this is amazing. So a big thank you to all those people that participate in this. Thank you to Susan Sims, who has had a relationship now with the camp for a long time. She brought 100 of the most wonderful young people to Camp Courageous this past summer, fall, to do a work day. I was thoroughly impressed with their work ethic, their politeness, their sincerity of purpose. Everything about them was exceptional. So that was our starting relationship to where we are today. So what is Camp Courageous? Camp Courageous is a year-round recreational respite and emergency respite and travel program for people with disabilities. It is run entirely on donations, no government funding, no formal sponsorship. Nobody gets paid to raise money for the camp. So what that means is something like this is our basis. And we can't thank the church enough for including Camp Courageous with all the very distinctive, wonderful groups that are here today. Camp Courageous just completed its 50th year about a year or two ago, and we've grown from 211 campers with disabilities served back in 1974 to nearly 10,000 today. We've grown from 40 acres to 400 acres, from 5 buildings to 35 buildings, and from a staff of 12 to a staff of nearly 100. So it's come a long ways. Our goal is for each camper that comes to Camp Courageous that it is the highlight of their year. So we are sincerely grateful for you folks choosing Camp Courageous to be a part of this program. I can't wait to put my credit card in out there, so thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mike Sheehy, Executive Director for Catholic Charities, Diocese of Des Moines. Truly humbled to be here. The music was fantastic, and the company that is here that we get to participate with is just awesome. And Susan, thank you so much for inviting Catholic Charities to be a part of this, and thank you for the leadership of. It's just this is really neat for us to be here. So when I think about the commonality between the organizations that are here, we all serve our communities, whether they're vulnerable, whether they're underserved, in different ways. But an event like this, when we think of what we're doing, really unites us all together to serve those in our communities. Catholic Charities has been an organization for a little over 100 years. We're the social justice arm of the Catholic Church, and I represent our organization, incredibly humble to be part here. The programs that we have a community resource coordination where we work with our community needs, understand what they might need that is beyond the scope of our programs, and then bring those to them. So it could be transportation, it could be bringing them to hospitals, things of that nature. So that's one of our programs. We have a mental health program. There is no greater time of need than there is now for mental health and support for the communities that we have. We also have a domestic violence and sexual assault program, both a shelter and an advocacy program in Council Bluffs. And we really try to help those that are healing, both physically and mentally, by bringing them back and really trying to get them back out into the community as best we can to support that. We have an emergency family shelter. One of the unique things about that within Des Moines is we're one of two that really focuses on bringing families together and then getting that back towards independence. And that's really aligned with our mission of both empowering individuals and, of course, strengthening families. And then last, but certainly not least, we have a food pantry. We serve over 600 to 700 people a day that walk up to our daily window, but we also have thousands that we serve in what we call our monthly store, and that's a 2 to 3 day supply of food that they have to help bring them back and kind of meet those gap needs that they have. And in the environment where people are struggling with things like SNAP, those are really important needs for the various food banks, and I know you're going to hear from that in just a little bit. Real quickly, just want to touch on what we have as far as the giving machine. People are able to work with a week's worth of toilet paper. In our food pantry, toilet paper is one of the number one needs of personals. We have diapers that we're going to be able to have people purchase for those families that have children. A month worth of bus passes, again, to help transport and connect people around the community. The gift of a shelter one night for a family in a shelter is going to be wonderful. And then last was a door locks. With our shelter, one of the things we're trying to do is create more security in there. So again, thank you, Susan. Thank you to the leadership, and we're humble and proud to be here today. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is John Sorelli. I'm the Executive Director for Midwest Food Bank. Like the others, I'm so blessed and humbled to be here. That Susan, thank you for including Midwest Food Bank in the giving machine. This is our Midwest Food Bank's first time in a giving machine anywhere. So we're from Illinois, so we came over. Hopefully, you guys don't take that against us. We traveled over to Iowa today to represent Midwest Food Bank. So what is Midwest Food Bank? We are a faith-forward organization, humbly started by farmers out of Illinois, so founded out of the Bloomington, Illinois area in 2003. From that humbling beginning, we have grown through the faith of God and our independent supporters. We are now a 10-division organization across the country, so we touch 26 states with our operation. Primarily focusing on providing food to local pantries, soup kitchens. We work with about 2,400 agencies, and our sole mission is to secure donated food, large supply chain operation, donated food that comes into each of our organizations, provide that back to our local food pantries at no cost. We're doing that on a large scale, insulating those food pantries to allow them to do the amazing work that they do. 9 other divisions do that type of work. It's amazing work and God-driven the whole way. Our one division out of Morton, Illinois, which I'm the executive director for, we focus on disaster relief. After Hurricane Katrina, our founders took semi-truckloads down to Hurricane Katrina, saw what amazing things they could do with just supplies going and giving to those in need. We launched our disaster relief program after that, and we've steadily grown that since. It's headquartered out of our Morton, Illinois location. The Giving Machine this year is supporting that disaster relief program. What we do is we build food boxes, we build cleanup kits, like cleanup buckets, and hygiene kits. With our amazing volunteers and our donated supplies, we build those by the truckload, and we send those into national disasters, international disasters all over the country and beyond. We've wildfires this year, floods in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, floods in Milwaukee. We did the hurricane in Jamaica, but what we're doing is working with national partners, boots on the ground organizations, and we are providing our supplies at no charge, saying, please take these, give those to those in need. And at the end of it is we are sharing the love of Christ through that and providing hope and saying that there are people who care, and most importantly, God cares for you. So that is our mission. That's what you're supporting with the donation to Midwest Food Bank through the Giving Machine. And again, we're so blessed to be here, and I'm so grateful for what God is doing in this room and what we'll do in that machine over the next month or so. So thank you guys so much.
Good morning. My name is Brad Hawes. I'm the CEO of the clinical side of the University of Iowa Healthcare. But more specifically, we feel honored here to be representing the Stead Family Children's Hospital, which is a vital component of our system. I want to recognize Dr. Alex Basuk, who runs our pediatric services within healthcare, and thrilled that he can be here with us today. So this support is really vital to the mission that we have, and very closely aligns in supporting people in difficult times of need. And so I'll talk really about just a couple themes. You probably know the Children's Hospital because of the world-class care that's available to the patients that come, not only for the whole state, but specifically in this area. You may have seen a recent noteworthy accomplishment by the Children's Hospital where we have the youngest premature baby ever to survive in history. And a 21-week-old baby was born, is now at home, essentially fully intact. And that's the kind of world-class care that gets delivered at the Children's Hospital. They have a range of services. Obviously, they can, cancer patients, surgical patients, NICU patients. And so having such a treasure here in the community is really remarkable. A couple interesting things that you might think of or may not know of. About a quarter of the mothers that deliver at Iowa have babies that need NICU care. And often that stay in the hospital can be weeks or months long. And you can imagine then what that does to a family situation. How do they balance their work environment, their home life, and other things like that? And so our ability to not only provide world-class clinical care, but also support the families in their most vulnerable time is really remarkable. And so we're thrilled to be included in this group of charities that this initiative is supporting. A little bit of a different vein, but very important to the care that's given, and thrilled to have the opportunity to benefit from the goodwill. I think it's a unique opportunity where the community can now, there's lots of needs in the community. You've heard about several already today, but it's a way to just remind people there are unique ways to give and support the very laudable missions of these 5 charities, and we're thrilled to be included as one of those. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Susan Johnston, and I am founder and executive director of Central Furniture Rescue. And right now, I am in total awe of the people that have spoke before me. I founded it in 2019, so we're just babies compared to the other people that you've listened to. We collect basic furniture and household items from the community, kind people like you, and in turn, provide it at no cost to individuals and families who are transitioning out of experiencing a crisis that led to homelessness, that leads to a new place to live. And when you get a new place to live, all you get is a roof over your head. In the United States, we're segregated socioeconomically, and if you never step outside of your socioeconomic class, your perception of homelessness is the guy outside Walmart panhandling. And that's not at all what we're talking about. We're talking about kids who age out of foster care. They don't have mom or dad. We have amazing organizations that'll put a roof over their head, but they don't have a bed or dishes. We're talking about domestic violence. We're talking about mental health. Mental health going unchecked can lead to homelessness. It can also lead to addiction, and addiction can lead to homelessness. We're talking about veterans. We're talking about individuals recently released from incarceration. We're talking about senior citizens. We're talking about a percentage of America who is living paycheck to paycheck, and they lose housing. We're talking about medical, people who have spent all of their money on medical and missed paying their rent. We want to provide these 4 basic things that when you and I wake up in the morning, it's just there. The ability to prepare and serve a meal. We can give you a box of food, but if you don't have a can opener or a pot or pan, it's really hard to make macaroni and cheese. The ability to bathe. When you get a new place to live, it does not automatically come with bath towels or shower curtain liner. Our clients are drying off with their t-shirts. than a good night's sleep. It's a bed to sleep on, with bedding and a pillow. A child who does not get a good night's sleep falls asleep at school. It's really hard to learn. Easily agitated, lashes out, labeled the bully, and that label never goes away. An adult who doesn't get a good night's sleep, same thing happens, but they get fired. So the ability to prepare and serve a meal, the ability to bathe, a good night's sleep. Oh, when you come home from work or school, you need a place to sit down. It's a couch, love seat, chair, lamp. Very basic things. But we have an amazing community, thank you, that we get all kinds of gravy to wrap around that. That gravy can look like a dresser, can look like a silverware tray. Did you know that when you get a new place to live, it does not automatically come with a silverware tray? It can look like a kitchen garbage can. It can look like a toaster, a coffee pot. Since 2019, we have helped over 3,700 households. That's 9,000 people impacted. Of those 9,000, 46%, almost half, are children. So thank you so much, Susan, for having us be a part of the giving machine, because every penny earned helps that family become stable. So thank you very much.
Let me first start by thanking all of you who have taken time out of your day to join with us this morning. It is remarkable to be here and to see everyone who has a desire to serve and to help and to reach out. During Christ's ministry on the earth, he taught us the two great commandments. The first, to love God with all our heart, might, mind, strength. And the second, to serve our neighbor as ourselves. And then what Christ did is he went about doing good. As members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that's what we strive to do, is to follow our Savior's example and go about doing good. Last year, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints contributed $1.45 billion in over 190 countries to serve those who were in need. But we recognize that we don't have a corner on that market. In fact, we don't even make a dent in the need that is there. And so we are so grateful for churches and organizations and individuals such as yourself who see that there are needs out there and who make an effort to bring joy and comfort and peace to people who can't find it. To that end, and as has been mentioned by President Wild several years ago, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints established the giving machine. And if you haven't stepped outside of our area here to see the machines, it's just like a vending machine. And it gives members of our communities an opportunity to come and help someone. A lot of us have a desire to help, but we don't know how. We don't know where that we can best serve. And the giving machine was started so that individuals can come, and we're used to clicking a couple numbers and getting a candy bar or getting a drink. Well, here you click a couple numbers and you may have given a goat to someone in South America, okay? Or you may have given a soccer ball to a child in Jamaica. Or you may have given formula to a mother who has a child who is hungry. And that's the purpose of the giving machine, is for all of us to come and to be able to do that. My wife and I grew up in southeast Idaho. Iowa, Idaho, they get them mixed up all the time, right? And our hometown is kind of infamous for a movie called Napoleon Dynamite. But we grew up in a very, very small community. And at a very early age, our parents taught us the value of service and the importance of serving those around us. Over the past couple of years, I have been blessed to be here in Iowa and to interact with several of the organizations that are here today and to meet individuals and organizations who are striving to bring comfort and peace to people's lives. I found out very quickly that Iowans have the same mindset that Southeast Idaho has. I thought, what can I share as examples maybe of how Iowans help Iowans? And I came up with a few. And you lived them, I did not. But they'll bring back memories of how Iowans helped Iowans. The first is the floods that happened in 2008. Another one that I learned about was April 26, 2024, when they had 29 tornadoes touch down on the same day. The 2021, and I hope I say this right, derecho, okay? We don't have those in Idaho, so that was a new term for me. But again, the damage, that caused $2 million in damage. And then the last thing that I think speaks well of Iowans, helping Iowans and those around them, is all of the immigrants and refugees that are in our communities, that Iowans have opened their arms and said, welcome. How can we help you? How can we make you feel at home? Iowa is also part of the breadbasket of America. You feed the world. And we are so grateful for your willingness to donate food to those who have no food. We've worked extensively with the Midwest Food Bank, and we're so appreciative of their efforts in being able to do that. So the Giving Machine provides members of our communities an opportunity to come and to see these charities and to serve as Christ did, to go about doing a little good. So we would invite all of you to take the opportunity to go and to buy something at the Giving Machine. We would invite parents to bring your children. We'd invite children to bring your parents. And the Giving Machines will be here until I think December 6th. And you're not limited to one time, okay? If you give today and you say, you know what, I think I want to go back, please do so. What we would also ask you to do is to tell your friends and your neighbors that there's a remarkable opportunity to donate and help someone. 100% of what is donated goes to where it is intended. Every single penny. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for willing to follow this example of Jesus Christ and provide service and go about doing good. Our desire is all of us will be lights to point to Him. Thank you for being here.
All right, we're going to now have the ribbon cutting ceremony. So if we want to go through those doors over there, and it's off as you go through those doors to your left.